Welcome back to another video, and this is my monthly makeup haul video for the month of April. Welcome back, and today is my sort of bi-monthly makeup haul video, so this is just a fun, entertaining video where I just go through the makeup products that I've got during the last period, this like current month. I think I'm going to be posting this during May, but these are the products that I got during April, and yeah, this is probably going to be a bit palette heavier than usually because Monolith Shop, actually they had a Easter sale, which meant that because they were having an Easter sale I kind of made an extra order. So, but we are definitely having other products than just the eyeshadow palettes also, but just a warning beforehand. And if you hear noise in the background, that's my dishwasher. Unfortunately, kitchen is the only place I can film in my apartment, and the dishwasher was already on, and then I realized that okay, I have to film, but yeah, so if there's some background noise, that's the reason. But let's start talking about the products, because there were definitely, I would say that there were some very promising products, because I have been able to try these out. There are, from few of the palettes you have already seen, they've been included in a review video, but most of these products haven't yet been included in my makeup video, like makeup review videos that I do bi-monthly, but some of these I've been already like able to try already on my rotation, and a lot of these do seem to have quite good promise to them. So let's start going through these, and I think I'm gonna just have the eyeshadow palettes last, and then go through the other products than just eyeshadow palettes. So I finally got a new setting spray because I ran out of the Peel Loose one that I got during last year. So I usually do get the like full-size big setting spray bottles that brands do, because I usually just like to use one setting spray and use it to the end and then get 8 other ones. So I don't actually, during a year's time, I don't use that many setting sprays, because I usually like, for the big bottles usually last quite long. So, but I tried the Fenty one. Actually today is the first day that I have tried this one, and I got this during I bought this obviously during the April. First impressions, the mister is kind of a, how should I say, it was a very strong spritz that I got from this one, and the scent of this also, at least initial impressions, this is not a review video obviously, but initial impressions also is that the scent is, it wasn't a pleasant scent, but I'm gonna keep trying this out and seeing how this will work for me. Obviously with setting sprays especially, I do have to try them for a longer time to give my review of them, because you kind of need to use them several times to see that do they actually do anything, but this is something that I got during April. So aside from the Fenty setting spray, some other base products, so I did get the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. My critique for this whole time has been that these are very yellow leaning. I have like swatched most of the fair shades in our stores, and this is the fairest one, so I got the shade 98. This is actually not the foundation I'm currently wearing, I actually just used concealer to my sort of cover my whole face, but just based on initially with this fairest shade, the yellow undertone, it's not so obvious that it sort of looks strange on me. So with this one I can get away from the fact that it has a yellow undertone, but just if you are shopping for this foundation, again, initial impressions, a lot of the shades are pretty yellow leaning, but with this one I have been able to get away, because the fairest one, it's not so obvious. Because I've been trying out this for a longer time, again, this has not been included in a review yet, but it is, and what I would say, and first impressions, a good medium to full coverage foundation. However, I do think for my particular skin type, this is getting to be maybe being in the too matte side of things, but I will be talking about this more when I will be able to have this in my sort of collected makeup item review video. So then a sort of Morphe, I did get a couple of new Morphe products that have made it also into our retailers. So this is one of their new, they came out with concealers and correctors. So this one's the corrector shades, and this was in the shade Blossom 01. I actually tried this for the first time today, and just first impressions, this is very brightening. I mean, when I applied this, I just applied like one dot under each eye, and this is quite of a brightening effect to it. I will have to again test this out to more see how my sort of end conclusion is gonna be about this one, but just first thing from trying this, it is very bright. Then for Morphe I also got this one, so we finally got these cheek trios. So this is the cheek trills, and this is called Blind Date is the shade name, and then I'm actually gonna show that. So this is actually more pinkier leaning, because I think online when I ordered this, we haven't yet gotten these in store, but our like retailers have gotten these in their online warehouses already. But This was a lot pinkier compared to when I was looking, because on the sort of website I was thinking that it looked kind of muted, maybe more muted reddish leaning rosy tone, but this is actually quite pink in real life. But they do have this sort of yet a more brighter pink shade also included, but this is not this is not that one. This is actually on my cheeks today. I'm not sure how well it's translating. I definitely have to keep trying this out more, because at least like today when I applied it, it felt okay, but there were like some things that I was thinking that okay, I have to maybe see a bit more how it's gonna be working out, because I tried the sort of like the cream shade over here, and then I actually layered the shimmer, this sort of shimmery shade, which is also supposed to be like a blush lighter, and with this one I wasn't 100% happy with the application. I don't think it looks bad on my cheek, but as I said, I do have to keep trying this out more, and obviously I haven't tried the powder one yet. Then I got some K-beauty products, and there's also an eyeshadow palette that I did get with this one, but I'm gonna show it with the palette. So this is something that I'm having on all over my face. So this is actually a concealer, but I used it as a foundation today. So I don't remember now what is this called. I believe this was from Bbia is the brand called, and this is one of their like one of their concealers, and this I think is in the shade Bbia Eau Stay Concealer. Why do they have such a complicated name for this? And I think this is in the shade Fair. This again is something that suffers from the fact that it's a bit of a yellow leaning shade for me. I do have actually noticed this because we do have some K-beauty like specialized stores in our country, so I have actually bought this from a store rather than online. And with a lot of these like K-beauty brands, there seems to be that they do have fair shades, which should be good for a person like me, but a lot of the fair shades are either neutral or they're very yellow leaning. I have had pretty difficulties finding out good cool tone shades, and the shades that they are advertising as cool tone, then some of those have also been rather very orangey and peachy rather than actually being like cool tone. So that is just something that I've been kind of noticing with this one. But again, with this one, because it's such a fair shade, the yellow undertone, it's not so obvious that it would look strange on me when I put other makeup. But if you are eyeing this particular concealer, just be aware that the sort of fair, like the shade range, definitely I don't think there's like that, this doesn't, at least our retailers didn't have any deep shades with this one, but generally that if you have a more cooler rosier undertone, then finding a perfect shade match that could be debatable. Then something I also got from, I'm not sure, is it Dasique? I'm not sure how you're supposed to announce this one. This is one of their like Souffle color pot blushes, and this is 08. These did have English also like shade names. So these are basically like first of all the packaging is cute, and then what I think is the like most cute, like what have been popular. So these are one of these sort of like moussey bouncy cream blushes that have been pretty popular with like, I have seen a lot of like K-beauty and other Asian beauty brands doing these. So far I have already had this in my rotation, and what I can basically say from this one is that it's a nice mousse cream blush shade, but I do think, for example, the Revolution mousse blushes, I felt that this didn't apply as smoothly maybe as, for example, those have. So I wasn't like 100% impressed with this one, but I'm gonna talk about this again more when I will get this into a review video. Then I got a Rom&nd product, so this is one of their glosses. These did have a name. Yeah, GLASTING glosses, and I think this is in the shade, I think it was Grape 04. Yeah, and again these had a, I think it was Grape or something. I think I'm just gonna put all the like products in the description box so you can get the names, because some of these I don't have the packaging anymore. Again, I've already had this in my rotation. I do have to say, generally, I did like this. It's a more opaque gloss, so you can definitely will get your color, and it is this kind of nice mauve shade, and definitely a very nice and comfortable gloss formula altogether. So I think if you're looking for more of a pigmented gloss, this could be a good product to look into. Then let's get to the eyeshadow palettes. So first one, this is again from Dasique, and this is one of their 9 pans. They do have quite a lot of these. This is in the Shadow Palette 01 Sugar Brownie. This is actually the palette that I'm currently wearing today, so this is the first day that I'm trying this one out. I'm actually gonna show this closer. I do have to say, based on the swatching and wearing this one time, I am quite impressed with this formula. Some of these K-beauty formulas I do have a reputation of being a bit sheer and maybe not as pigmented, but I do think especially this goes to one of those palettes that you can get a more sheer finish, but this actually builds quite nicely, and I'm pretty happy with the look that I did get today. And the shimmer shades in this one, particularly at least the swatches and from what I applied today, I used this shimmer all over my lid. I am liking the look quite a lot, so pretty excited to try this out more because this also wasn't the most expensive thing to buy. I think if you get this from YesStyle, you might get this somewhere close to 20 euros. I got this from a retailer, it was closer to 30 euros, but then I didn't mind paying a bit more because I could get the product immediately from store. I didn't have to wait a week, because if you order something on YesStyle, the shipping takes quite a while. But so far I have been pretty impressed with this one. Then let's go through the plethora of monolith orders. So I made 2 monolith orders last month. Usually I only make 1 order if there is something interesting. There's definitely been months that I haven't ordered anything from Monolith Shop, but Monolith Shop, they did have a Easter sale, which is why I did an extra order. So first one, let's go to the Glamlite things that I got. So the Garfield palette and the Wonka palette are something that I got in the same order. So this is the Garfield palette. This has already been on my collective eyeshadow palette review video. These were on sale on Monolith Shop because they managed to buy these from Glamlite at a cheap price and were able to put it on sale on their website. I already have reviewed this one. Quite impressive quality in terms of the mattes and shimmers. If you're looking for a good warm tone palette, then I would look into this one. Then the Wonka palette, which has not yet been included in my review video, however this has been in my rotation. I have gathered my thoughts about this one. I have filmed all the sort of material that I usually sort of looks and things that I do for my reviews. So this looks like the chocolate bar because it's made after the sort of Wonka, which is the sort of Willy Wonka, which is the sort of like person who has the chocolate factory. So this is kind of a sort of half neutral, half purplish palette. Again, I do have to say, just without like giving out the full review, quite impressed with the quality, with the sort of browns, with the sort of neutral shades, but also with the sort of bluish purple shades, and also the shimmers in this one were beautiful. Some of the blue leaning purples aren't just my preferred color story, but I do say that I was able to, at least when I was trying this out, do quite nice combination of having some of the neutrals and some of the more colorful shades. But if you have been again eyeing this one, I do think this is a pretty nice quality palette from the brand. Then something from my recent order. So this is actually something that you haven't yet like even tried. So I got the Twilight, one of the Twilight palettes. So this is the Twilight slash Jacob. I wasn't a Twilight fan. It's not actually something that I wasn't a fan of the franchise. For me, it felt very awkward, typical, very stereotypical teenage books that you would produce. But this is the Team Jacob palette, and I have just watched this, but I do have to say the quality of this one feels like even better, because I do have to say that like the Wonka palette and the Garfield palette, those already have a very nice quality, but just based on swatching out, especially the shimmers in this one, they almost feel very buttery, and I was like very impressed. And also the mattes in this one, they kind of feel better. So when I'm getting this into my rotation, I do hope, because swatching doesn't always tell everything from the like palette, but just based on initial swatches, this seems pretty promising, and this does seem a bit like almost better quality than the other palettes, which is quite insane, because I do have to say the Glamlite palettes that I've tried so far, the quality of them has been like very good. I haven't been disappointed yet, but this one there seems to be something a bit extra good with this particular palette. Then lastly, the sort of non-Glamlite palettes, and these were the sort of sale palettes. I actually threw in the Jacob palette because I kind of was eyeing the color story, even though the sort of IP isn't something I like, but I was thinking that the color story looked something kind of nice, so I threw it into my cart to get the free shipping threshold. But the palettes that I got on sale was this one. So this is the Davini Beauty Davinity Palette. This is a new to me indie brand. This is actually the second new palette on my current rotation, so I haven't yet tried this out, but you have seen a swatch video on my channel of this one. Also the Glamlite, with the Glamlite slash Twilight palette, there's also a swatch video already on my channel. But with this one, interested to see. Some of the mattes felt a bit drier, some of them felt smooth. The shimmers are definitely maybe a bit more chunkier, but again, very interested to see how this is going to be like. And then the last of the palettes that I got, so this is from Klarity. I have never tried Klarity Cosmetics, so just stuck with Davini Beauty. This is gonna be a new brand for me. This feels definitely heavier than the other palettes. I think this has magnetized plants in it because you can definitely feel more weight compared to the other ones. So this again was something that I got because it was on sale. This is actually a palette that I did discuss that this is probably would be the first Klarity palette that I would get. However, when this was launched during the end of last year, I was thinking that it looks more of a summer palette for me, and I was thinking that yeah, it doesn't fit with the vibe that I was going currently when it launched. So then I thought I'm gonna maybe like wait a bit and see that if it's later available. Well, now it was on sale and we're getting towards summer, so I think that this was the perfect opportunity. I'm quite impressed just based on swatches. I will be posting a swatch video of this one before this video is gonna go live, but just based on swatches, especially the mattes seem to be pretty impressive. And this has some matte shades that are usually can be a bit harder to formulate. With shimmers, again, there seems to be a bit variation with the formulas, so I'm gonna have to see how those perform on the eyes, and also with the mattes, of course. The swatches can be great, but I will obviously have to try this out to my eyes to know is the matte quality also, does it apply when you apply it to your eyelids. But first impression, just based on swatching, the mattes of this one seem pretty impressive, but we shall see what it's like using it in real life. But yeah, that was the last palette and last products that I had to show for this month. So those were sort of all the products that I got during the month of April. Comment down below what kind of products did you get to your collection during the time of April, and how have you been liking those products. If you like this video, push the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell button if you want to get notifications from my future content. You can also find me with the same nickname, Makeup Hedgehog, on Instagram. I hope I can see you in another video. Bye bye!